Hi everybody, Sandy here. I just wanted to do a quick video on one of my new favorite inserts. This is my reading / books trailer's notebook from Glenda Slan by Paper Flower Studio. If you're not familiar with Neil Gaiman, this is the cover of his book Neverwhere. I love this. She uses the book spine on it, so it's like perfect for reading books. And because it has my favorite author and my favorite book on the front. So this is where I keep everything related to books and to reading. But I wanted to specifically talk about this insert that I got from our lovely Beth. She titles it Book Love. It comes with this book cover, and you can see she hand stitches. Let me go to the center so you can see that too, hand stitching. And this is what the pages look like. I forget exactly how many pages are in here. That's what they look like for logging the books. And then in the back there is a few pages of lined dot grid for notes. It's really nice because you can put up top the book title, the author. You can give it your rating. Where is my book? Library, Nook, Kindle, Audio, or Own It. I like that because I don't have a Nook. I do have a Kindle. I do listen to audio. I do own books. I borrow audiobooks and ebooks from my library, so that's very handy. Series and genre, date started, date finished. I do track that on a separate calendar, but I also write it in here. A summary, and at the bottom she has a doodle spot. I wanted to do a video on this to show you my favorite insert, but also I'm not a doodler, so I thought maybe I would show you what I use that area for. Forgive me, my handwriting is not always the nicest, so I apologize for that now. Let me go back to this one, which I just got done reading The Secret Lives of the Czars. There's the author's name, Michael. I'm not even going to try to tear his last name apart. I own it, and then I wrote in there that it's a copy from Thrift Books, so I wrote copy from Thrift. Genre, history, date started. I forgot to put in the date finished. I gave it a 4-star review. That means it's a very good book. I give very few books 5-star reviews. For a book to receive a 5-star review for me, it has to be one that like hit me emotionally, or I know is going to stay with me for a very long time, for forever. So for me, a 5-star rating is quite rare. So I would tell you, like, if you follow me on Goodreads, if you see a 4, that means the book was very good. For a 5-star is exceptional. 3-star is still quite good. 2-star is when, I'm not really liking it, and there's a very good chance if it's 2-star, I didn't even finish it. Because for me to stay with a book, I pretty much need it to be at least a 3-star, by some point. So I rarely give a 2-star. I gave one recently, not going to mention the title because a lot of people love the book. So I have the unpopular opinion. But a 4-star is very good for me. The summary, it's a history of betrayal, murders, overtakings, lust, affairs, basically all their dirty deeds is what I wrote. That's my summary. But like I said, there's this doodle spot down below that I don't use because I don't doodle. So what I wrote is more than just the summary. This book explores the darker side of the Russian royals from the 1600s to the 1900s. Very good read, very insightful and enjoyable. So in this area down here, I often will put more about my feelings. I read between 100 and 150 books a year. I often don't remember everything about the books I read, but if I have something like this will help trigger my memory. So I write the summary up there, and then down here I write more that I feel will help me remember the book, and also help me if, somebody asks, well, what do you think of that book? And I'm like, yeah, I remember it was good, but I can look here and I'm like, oh, it was a very good read, actually, very insightful and, enjoyable. One of the other ones I wrote, very good read, but not great. I read this book because I was looking for something similar to the Westing game. It was, but not as good. So just some things like that are just going to remind me about the book. Where's another one? This is something here. I wrote Jewish family on the run in World War II in the Netherlands. And then I wrote here that this is the first World War II book I read where the family were on the run and in hiding, because that is something when I was discussing with this a friend, they're like, how was it? I said it was a really good book. I actually gave that one a 5-star. But I've read a lot of Holocaust, and when I was reading this one, part of the reason why it was so good is because it wasn't about a concentration camp. It was actually about a family, as I said, who they left Germany and they went to the Netherlands, and for a while they were in the Netherlands and they were fine. And then Germany went into the Netherlands and they had to go into hiding. And it was about how they were in hiding, how the resistance helped them, how at one point they were living in a camp in a forest. It was totally different from anything I had read on the Holocaust, and that's what I wrote there. Something that will help trigger my thoughts if I forget. This is a 5-star review, so I doubt I will. This is one that stuck with me. Now, you see, I don't write on all of them. Let's see, what was this one? Wonderful Strange. This was, I gave this one a 3-star review. It was still good. It was a lot of short stories, which really aren't my favorite. So I think that's why I didn't give it like a 4-star review. And as I wrote, many short tellings of ghosts, etc. in Newfoundland and Labrador. Mostly very old accounts of ghost stories and hauntings, folklore passed down through the generations. This is the short summary, and then this is what I kind of got out of it. Okay, here's another one. This is actually an audiobook that I listened to. Brief summary. Autumn Ash, she was a porn star. She committed suicide in 2017, and this is an Audible original. But what did I take from it? It was more like a radio show or a podcast. In fact, maybe it was a podcast, but I wasn't aware of a podcast being 4 hours. It had an awesome cast. And if it was not a podcast, if it was a cast and not actual interviews, that's what I meant. Because it was done in an interview format, and I don't know if it was acting for the Audible original or if it was actual interviews. So, again, quick summary of what I took from it. So when I look back, this will really trigger my memory about the book. Mrs. Bixby's last day. Mrs. Bixby is dying of cancer. Brand. Oh, I can't read the names right now. I can't even read my own handwriting. I love it. Oh, Topher and Steve go on a journey to give her her perfect last day. And what did I write? So funny, so sad, so wonderful. That I gave all. That's a 5-star. I was doing a little different right then. This book was so funny. It was so sad, but it was so wonderful. It really was. So I wanted to show you and her paper's fantastic. It's a little thicker, so smooth. I wanted to show you Beth's BookLove insert, but I wanted to, when I was looking at it, I know a lot of people say, whiteness, there's this whiteness. I can't buy this. There's something here that I'll never use because I don't doodle. Doesn't have to be a doodle spot. I use that quite a bit, as you see, and I don't doodle. So I wanted to show you, it doesn't have to be doodle, so if you're not a doodler, don't think that you can't buy this particular insert. Again, I forget how many. Something makes me think she said it will hold 32 book reviews, but I totally forget. I have this one. I'm just about halfway through this one. And I have 2 more as backups. So I keep these on hand so that when I finish one, I have another one to go. So when I finish this one and then I get into the second one, I'll order another one. So I like to have 2 backup. January was a slow reading month for me. I forget. I keep track of them here. How many did I read? I shouldn't say that. I don't think it was really that bad. January, this is a mess. You'll never understand this. January, I read 14 books. So far, I'm up to book 21. And I really need to go back over this because I don't think I wrote them all in here. January started out not so good, and then I picked up, and I think when I picked up, I might have been a little slack writing some of the books in here. So I really need to go back and double check how many are missing. But this is my book love insert from Your Notebook. If you're a reader, I highly recommend this. It's very simple, very functional, but you can always doodle, put some washi down here. But if that's not you and you're like, what am I going to use this for? Add some more to it. You know, like I said, some are here, and then what is going to trigger my thoughts in this section. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Bye-bye.